Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, my name is Brandon, aka Rags Rich, is the gentle ginger giant. And ladies and gentlemen, let me let you know something right now. You have absolutely nothing else better to do. This is why you are here right now. You could be spending time with your families. Sam Kemp, you could be cutting the lawn. West Side Ian, you know, you could be doing a lot of other stuff right now. Nate Network says dance, but you're here instead. I've got a signal that I want to share with you guys. Is this some sort of massive clickbaity type stream? I try to stay away from the clickbait. When I tell you that I got something interesting, then I'm going to try to deliver on that, and I'm going to try not to bait you guys in here. Chad D to the power of 13. He is first. What is up, dude? Beat up G. What's up, Rags? First time catching you live in a while. Ben laying low quietly, accumulating. Dave down under. Yo, what's up, dude? It's been a while. Yeah, you've been on a crypto break. He's back. Francis Powell. Hello, all. Marcus 99. Rolling Zoku. What's going on today, brother? Westside Ian. What is good? My Online Ghost. What is good? Logan's Run. Kinetic says bullish reversal in the 4 hour, and then we start ascending the Mount Everest on an ever slow creep to the top, with valleys and low points along the way. Dance, Nate says. Good afternoon, Ruskino. What's good? Let's go, Rags. Somebody in the Rags Riches chat said, win Pulsey. Mo digging it. Academaciated. We got the family in here. What is up? Hexy Quinn with the weird pink monster things. Giddy up, Brandon. Christopher Andre. Shoot, Rusky dude, Nate, what's up? All right, so here we go. You guys know what we do real quick. It's a 1 minute game, 1 minute chess game. If I lose, you guys can metaphorically flog me forever. If I win, then it really doesn't matter either way. So what we're gonna do is, can I share this? Yes. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And time wise, I'm already 5 seconds down. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it grooving. 1 minute game. This is a real 1 minute game against somebody in France. Somebody named Luis in France. Here we go. We'll munch on that. We'll go here. He's going to munch there. No, he didn't munch there. Interesting. All right, we'll go here. Push that knight off. Push it off. We got such little. We got 38 seconds. I am way behind, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be very difficult. This is going to be a very difficult game to win right now. So we just have to move completely intuitively because we're way behind on time. I really need to get this horsey out. Let's push here. Let's get some center control maybe. Okay, we'll take that. I'll take it, right? All right, all right, we made him slow up just a little bit. This might be a good thing for us because now we have this square that we can attack with 2 pieces when he moves this one. Let's see what happens. See what happens. He's thinking. And he's stinking. Boom. All right, we get the munch here. He's going to try to go for the quick checkmate. This is going to be difficult. He might take my queen, maybe not. 17 seconds on my end. This is a difficult situation for him to be in. Much more difficult for me, though. See what happened? All right, he's taking time. He's taking his time. Let's push. Let's go here. And let's go back. Can't go back, can I? And checkmate. He checkmated me. Dang. All right, good game, guys. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get right into this because I think it's important to get right into. We're not going to clickbait you guys out of this thing, all right? So let's check out a couple things. First and foremost, and let me go ahead and just let me hide. Can I hide some of these? Let's hide some of these here. Okay. So this is our price action for Pulsechain. And as you guys can see, I made this comment on Twitter the other day. I said, if you took a line and if you bisected the Pulsechain chart from the time of the SEC FUD, which is, right there in July, end of July, beginning of August, if you bisected this line, you're going to notice something here. You'll notice something pretty interesting in my opinion. Everything on the left of the line looks almost identical to everything on the right of the line. Okay, we'll scoot that line there. There's the SEC. So what happened here? We had Pulsechain launch, we had a huge pump, and then we had a pretty big dump, and then a fall off. In fact, at that point in time, we had a lot of bullish indicators right before the SEC FUD hit. So we had Pulsechain looking actually increasingly strong. And I do want to make that point. So we had that sell-off, we had that capitulation. If you guys remember, before Pulsechain launched, I created a video. I said what to expect. And for 60 to 90 days, sometimes out to 120 days, you're going to see a chart sell off. The interesting thing about this was from launch, the chart sold off to about 30 days. And then it started kind of an upward trend. The real question becomes, if the SEC FUD hadn't hit, where would we be right now? Well, I don't know. But we had to recover emotionally from that SEC FUD. What do we see now, guys? We see an almost identical chart occurring, playing out from what happened before. And here's my opinion on that. Why is that? I think it's because, when we launched and we had that, that massive sell-off, those are the speculators. They got their PLS bags. They're freaking out. They've been waiting so long to get out. So they dump. Okay. So they dump for 4, 5, 6 weeks here. And finally, all the people who wanted to get out, all the people who wanted to dump did. And you notice that it went right down to that level where the whales who had got the doubles and the 2.5s and all the sack pools, you notice that at that point, it's not profitable for them anymore to dump. So they went ahead and, we saw a bottom there. What happened with the SEC FUD? Well, the SEC FUD is very similar. We were up here, we dumped. Okay, we had capitulation. People emotionally were just selling, freaking out. And how long did that happen, guys? How long did that happen for? Well, let's take a look. All right. Look at that. 30 days, 27 days. The exact same amount is prior to the SEC FUD when Pulsechain launched. And then what happened? We saw a rally. Okay, we rally here. We saw a rally here. Okay, followed by a touch to this trend line, a pump. Followed by a touch to this trend line, a pump. A touch again to the trend line, and then back up. Ladies and gentlemen, we are almost mirroring identically what happened prior. All right, so now that I've made that point, and I wanted to show you guys that, the next point that I want to make are some of the indicators that we're looking at. So RSI is a good measure of momentum. If you're between, if you're above 30, if you're below 70, maybe around the 50 range, that's pretty much like where you're supposed to be momentum wise. It's not oversold at 70. It's not overbought at 30. It's kind of in the middle. What we're noticing right now is we have price action going up as evidenced right here. And this is the daily time frame. And then we have we have RSI also showing strong momentum. And in fact, in a way, it's kind of curving upwards. Okay, so that might be a little bit of a stretch, but the trend is also upwards of the RSI. We don't have massive amounts we don't have any divergence to the downside that would indicate this is a bearish reversal is coming. And I want you to take a look at another thing here. We tried to sell off. Okay, we tried to break this key level of resistance here, and we couldn't break it. Okay, so we touched it once, we touched it twice, and here's the touch, and here's the touch. All right, cool. So we touched it once, we touched it twice. Price started trying to sell off, but what we see here is something very interesting, and this is what you got to keep in mind when it comes to candles and wicks and charts and all that jazz. All right. If you see a long wick above price, that typically means that there's heavy sell pressure. So think about it as a weight on top of price. So what do I mean here? We'll take a look. You see this? That's a huge weight on top of price. That long wick. Okay, here's the candle. The candle's the body. Here's the wick. So this is heavy. This is pushing things down. And we saw that play out over the course of probably 2 or 3 weeks here. Okay. But the same thing is also applicable for upward pressure, buy pressure, right? So that's what we're seeing here. Price is trying to sell off, and we're seeing it be bought back up. Okay, so the concern was, and I actually tweeted this the other day, the concern was once we touched this trend line, would we hold that trend line and would we push up higher? What I'm eyeballing right now, and this is the comment that I made on Twitter as well, 1 touch, 2 touch, could we potentially in the next 3 to 5 days see a third touch? A third touch and a breakout. So what do you see? What do you want to see when you see a breakout? So we have this price action here. Okay, we touched once, we came back up, tried to punch through again. The bulls didn't have the power to punch through here. If we come up a third time, what you want to see is the punch up above, and what you're going to want to see is that to be confirmed. So you have price action come back down, and all of a sudden it starts using that line instead of resistance on the way up. It now uses it as a floor support. And then if you can see that as support, then you can go up to the next major level. All right, so that's kind of the idea right now if things stay bullish. Now, what are some things that can thwart that? Obviously, you know, if Pulsechain goes down, that's an issue. You've got some lone wolves out there. You got people that are dumping. They're trying to get out of their bags. You're going to see that on the way back up because people are trying to just take profit. People who have large amounts of money in consideration into this, they'll be like, okay, I'm cool with a double. I put 200,000 in. I'm going to get 400,000 out. I'm pretty happy with that, and we'll see what happens. So that you got to take into account those people too. You get weird charges. Charges come out from the Justice Department. Just like random FUD. Lone wolf people, lone wolf type FUD, you could see problems there. We're going to go ahead and mark some of the lines of resistance that we're going to see on the way up. Let me get to the 4-hour chart so we can kind of see this a little bit better. And actually, people always make the mistake, I think, of using lines. We're going to actually use boxes because boxes better represent kind of where the density of liquidity is at each one of these levels. So if we look back in the past here, we can tell that on the way down, there was a significant level here that was being used as support. It fell through. And also on the way back up, you can see that there's an interaction. So I would imagine that if we can break through this level here in the next, 3 to 5 days, the next major interaction that we're going to have is probably going to be in this zone. If I were to make some sort of educated ginger guess here, that would be my guess. And we're going to color this like what would we do? Like a green, but we'll make a light green. Yeah. Opacity. So this is kind of what I'm eyeballing right now. Now let's take a look at another indicator that's very interesting. So I want you to notice, even on the 4-hour, what do you see on the 4-hour that's significant here? Right? This is, we don't have a tremendous amount of data for the indicators, like historical data for the indicators to go off of here. But I want you to notice, look at this trend line upwards. This is really, really cool. And then I'll tell you, as long as we're not in the, if we don't go violently into the overbought area, which is above 70, that's okay. But I also want to point out that there's instances in all sorts of crypto charts where you could stay above 70 for months. Okay, I've seen that too. Now this is in the 4-hour chart. Let's go to the daily chart here. Again, all of this is just showing that we're pretty bullish on all of these indicators. The RSI, we've got bullish price action in terms of these selling events getting eaten up and bought up pretty quick. And then also I want to point out here that, again, this is on the daily chart. This is the MACD, and this is also another momentum indicator. And we've been consistently green for quite a while now. Okay. And in fact, it seems as if we've just crossed above that middle line. That's very, very important. And if we continue that trajectory, if we continue this bullish chart structure here, if we continue this bullish RSI, what could we see? Guys, we could see some cool stuff. I personally would like us to see us get back to pre-SEC FUD levels. That's what I would like to see. Okay. We're going to keep this. We're going to keep this on the chart. We're going to make sure that we keep taking a look at this. We'll see if it verifies or not. I'm here to tell you that I am not a chart prophet. However, I've looked at thousands and thousands and thousands of charts. And, you know, when I tweeted out that I said, okay, you got my attention now, they had my attention back here. All right. And I was waiting for this sell-off to stop. So in terms of human behavior and how humans sell and this and that, I would say that, you know, we're right where we need to be. I think this is all normal. And it's pretty exciting to see this go up. Now, the question is, you know, how cool would it be? Everybody says this. How cool would it be if these were the all-time lows for Pulsechain? Like right here, did you buy in these levels? Did you buy in these areas? Because quite frankly, guys, in a way, I made this point too. The SEC FUD could have really gotten out the people that were going to murder price later anyway. Okay, so how many more sellers do we have? Like mass selling? How much? Haven't we like pretty much shaken out all these people over the, how long has this been now? May? It's been 146 days. Have we got everybody out yet? It feels like we have. So let's see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to go ahead and get into that for you all. And it's just looking bullish. It's looking a little bit bullish right now. It feels good. Guys, we're climbing Mount Everest, and this is going to be a grind. It was a grind on the way down. It's going to be a grind on the way back up. Make no mistake about it. All right. So I don't want you guys to think that we're going to do, a freaking 100x in 2 days or anything like that. It's a grind, but we're going to take what we can freaking get in this bear market, right? I mean, we're going to take all the good news we can get. I mean, that's what we're saying right now, right? That's what we're saying. Because if you've been around, you've earned your stripes. I think you actually, I'm going to use the curse word, the bad word, deserve some good news. Ladies and gentlemen, you deserve some good news here. So I would say this is some good news. I need to set your expectations. We are still in a bear market. If you see big pumps, expect big sell-offs. People are going to be taking profit all the way back up to all, previous all-time highs. And that can take a long time. All right. So don't freak out. If we can just 2 or 3 steps up, or 3 steps up, 2 steps back, we're still 1 step ahead. So just chill, relax. This is exciting. And just realize that these opportunities don't stay here forever for any crypto, for any token. Name your crypto. Name it. All right. We're going to get into some news here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me check chat here real quick. We'll get into some news. Oh, all right. What's good? Yeah, we saw that. What's up, Rags? My friend Stephen B. Smith from Philadelphia died today. Really sorry to hear about that, man. Sorry to hear about that, brother. Flippin' twit. My condolences. Please pass on to the family as well. Bullish Ox says, what's up, fam? Yo, what is good? Hex down under. Morning, bro. I've been away. Got myself a big ginger beard like you now. Farm life. Well, you're blessed. Mobius, not everybody has the genetics, man. Not everybody has it. Got my Pulsechain hat on, guys. I got this at the Pulse conference. It's actually, dude, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. I'm not used to this style of hat, but we'll roll with it, man. We're going to roll with it. I like it. Mobius, question to the hive mind. Finest beard and Pulsechain, feeder or R2R? Feeder or R2R? God, I can't make that call. What's up, fam? Chart is like this. Got a giant 72 all over it. 75 now. Vibra Finance CEO. Let's go. We are so back. Chad D to the power 13. Bravo Tango Foxtrot Delta. Buy the freaking dip. Crypto Bindu. Aren't there millions of multiple wallets with billions of PLS? So no, there's always more. PLS Maxi speaking even. Yeah. Well, guess what? 35 billion. Let me show you at 35 billion. Hold on. Let's make sure here. All right, because you got to have perspective here. You realize there's trillions. There's trillions of tokens, first and foremost, even trillions in circulation. So I'm going to give you guys some perspective here, if I can find it. Bear with me. And it's important perspective for you guys to pick up on here. All right. And I believe this was was this Rackham's wallet? Is that what somebody said? Rackham's wallet? Anyway, I believe Rackham, was it 35 billion dumped? Was it 35 billion? Man, I read it somewhere. Okay, so regardless, a massive amount was dumped. We're talking about billions and billions and billions. And essentially, the thing that I want to show you, yeah, here it is. Okay. All right. 35 billion PLSX dumped on October 2nd. PLSX. Okay. So I'm going to show you what 35 billion PLSX looks like on a chart. I want to show you what the candle looks like. It's extremely important. And you can kind of translate this over into Pulsechain as well. And the reason you can is, well, first off, they've got similar supplies, and also they're tied together in liquidity. So PLSX. All right, let's just see what it looks like. What's 35 billion look like? Here's what 35 billion looks like. All right. Look at that little guy. 35 billion. Boop. See that? That's what 35 billion looks like. There's not too many whales. There's not too many singular whales that have 35 billion just hanging around. I just want to point that out. Okay. So it takes massive amounts of selling. So just keep that in mind there. And again, you know, a lot of people have dumped already. There's a point at which the bulls are stronger than the bears. The chart flips. That's why there's turnarounds. And that's what you guys got to realize here. All right. Check chat here. I'm going to hurt my neck looking at that peak. I guess Rack and Rochelle still sits on a bunch of supply to dump on our heads. Up and away. Now I don't think it's verified that it's actually him. They were just in his sack pool. Was that correct? I think so. Up and away. I accidentally liked the video. My bad. Shame on you. How's the training going, Brandon? Well, I've got some life events right now. I'm making excuses on stream. Hey gang, maybe Rackham is selling the bottom. Stop showing my wallet's text. See, look at you, man. You got 35 billion just hanging around there like that. Is there a fast way to bridge USDC into Pulsechain other than the native bridge? No. No. You could KYC and you can go with Coast to get some stables in. All of us left standing strong and proud should be DCA champions. The tide is beginning to turn. I completely agree here. Rags really cares. Take heed, for he only means to help. Appreciate you. Glad to have met you in the Pulsechain tour. Cheers. Is the way up equally heavy to move? Is the way up equally as heavy to move? That's kind of difficult. That's difficult, especially it's a little bit more difficult because you have people that have the ability to short and long Pulsechain now. So what I would like to see, if anybody's out there, maybe I can get my guys on it, is create a chart to show, do we have a chart of the short and longs for Pulsechain? Because I use that chart for Bitcoin and Ethereum all the time. 35 billion PulseX makes it a size of a big shark. Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this. We'll talk about a couple little headlines today and we'll get out of here. This was interesting to me as well. If you remember, ladies and gentlemen, Sam Bankman-Fried, right before everything blew up, or actually during the blow up, a hacker came in and cleaned out tons and tons of Ethereum. So I think, what was it? Was it a total of 15 million or 15,000 Ethereum? Or it could have actually been more. 21,500 Ethereum, or 27 million at the time, were converted into DAI stablecoin. Another 288,000 ETH remained in some of the addresses affiliated with the attacker. Dude, they was that 300,000 or 400,000 Ethereum? Are you freaking kidding me? It's a lot of dang dough. So, who had access to those wallets? Did a hacker randomly come in and clean those out? There's some suspect stuff going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Some suspect stuff. Okay. Accounts tied to FTX and FTX US were drained on November 11th, 2022, mere hours after the company filed for bankruptcy. And founder Sam Bankman-Fried resigned from the crypto empire he ran. My question is, like, who's going to find to take an OTC deal like that? I mean, you can't off ramp that. I mean, I guess you could, but it would take you like thousands of years not to get caught, because you got to, you got to mix it and you got to take it out slow. It's going to take a long time not to raise some eyebrows. So it is what it is. So I wanted to show you guys that. If you're in the EU plans for wholesale CBDC out within weeks. Things are moving. All right. So this is going to be an EU-wide CBDC, a central bank digital currency usable by financial markets, is moving faster than a more controversial plan targeting regular citizens. Euro area central banks will set out plans for a wholesale central bank digital currency in the coming weeks as they seek to innovate how financial institutions settle securities and foreign exchange transactions, the governor of France's central bank said Tuesday. Interesting. Not really. Scary. You guys know all those feelings. The wholesale plans appear to be moving faster than a much more controversial plan. The Euro system has started exploring new technologies for the settlement of central bank money, including the issuance of a first type of tokenized CBDC. The eligibility and criteria of the call of interest will be published in the coming weeks, and experiments will be rolled out over the next year, including trials with real transactions. The central bank would be exploring alternative protocols and blockchains, as well as its own proprietary distributed ledger for securities settlement system, DL3S, he added. Ugh, scary. A recent study. Now, here's what's scary. All the cool things that can happen in decentralized finance, all the cool tools. Okay, so think about a nuclear weapon, or think about nuclear technology, all the cool things that nuclear technology can do. And then think about nuclear technology in the wrong hands, all the bad things that nuclear technology can do. And that's the same thing with CBDCs. If you think control of your money is bad now, imagine when they have control. There's no cash anymore, okay? So they have control over your wallet, your government-issued wallet, and they can just switch it on or switch it off. Or let's say you live in California and they decide to, or New York, and they say, okay, you can't get 32-ounce, big-ounce Coca-Colas anymore. You can't do it. And you know what? If you try to pay for that Coca-Cola, there's a special code attached to that product. And when you go try to swipe, it's gonna either A, not allow you at all to use that card for that product, or B, tax you much higher for using that product. That stinks. And then what about what if there's some screw up and they just want to freeze all your stuff with no due process? What if, you're not OFAC compliant? Maybe it's on an accident, whatever the case may be. Boom. Freeze your stuff in your government issued wallet. Ask Nigerians how that's turning out. And then, guys, do some research. Find out why nobody's reporting how the CBDC rollout in Nigeria went. They don't want people to know. That's why. That is why. Rags, you're such a conspiracy theorist. It's horrible, Rags. It's horrible. I can't believe it. Access and internet money got me bullish on the IM wallet and time token. I think it's a really, really cool product to be able to monitor any Pulsechain related activity portfolio. I think it's cool. A hacker or a golden parachute. That's exactly what I was thinking. Adam Chadwick. SBF said he was sorry, so all is well. Let it go, guys. He said, gosh, guys, it's looking bad, man. Did you guys see the article that I put out that's basically Sam Bankman-Fried's father found out that he's only going to be making a $200,000 a year salary? So he emailed Sam pissed off and said, your mother's going to find out about this. That's not good, guys. That is not good. I think they need to be arrested. You don't go from zero revenue to, a valuation of $3.5 or $1.5 billion in 18 months in this world unless you have a very, very strong network. And Barbara Fried ran Mind the Gap, which was a super PAC, not a super PAC. It was a clandestine fundraiser for the Democrat Party. In fact, it's extremely difficult to even find any information on Mind the Gap online, except for leaked documents. But the whole point of their organization is to be clandestine and to service the clients of Silicon Valley, high net worth people. Those aren't my words. Those are the documents' words. So, guys, check that out. Very interesting. Let's keep going here. OFAT. Yeah, OFAT compliance. The bottom is bottoming, bro. The Axis token pump. Yeah, what is up with the Axis token, man? Let me see. Why is it pumping? What in the liquidity is happening right now? What is it? Is it AXIS? I see people just talking about Axis Alive. Let's see here. I wish I had a chart of, okay, so Axis Alive token pooled $39,000 of the pooled PLS. Axis Alive token has gone, how much did it do? It has done a 405x. 405x. I wonder how much liquidity it started out with. And each one of these tokens is worth what, $5,000? Let me check some of these. Purchases here. We'll go. We'll do 5,000. Any $5,000 purchases here? So somebody bought a whole Axis Alive token today. 152,000 or million PLS worth. So Axis Alive is doing stuff. So here's what's interesting too. The unit bias. You know, this is a very, very expensive token, but people don't seem to matter. I think that's pretty cool. Pretty interesting. Axis in the house. All right, let's check here. Give CBD my treats to my dog. Takes a nap, then digs like 10x holes. Is that a gun turret? Long PLS just now. That's how they get you. People will be like, F you fatties. And the next thing you know, they ban things you want. And guys, like, it's so crazy. They call you crazy for pointing these things out. I did a whole stream on the executive order that was sent out to multiple agencies in the United States government probably about 30 months ago now. And it had to do with CBDCs. So tell me why half the people that they suggested that these government agencies should talk to were ESG folks. Okay, so why are they talking to folks that had to do with climate change? Why are they talking to organizations such as Black Lives Matter? Why were they? What was the point? What was the point of this? And we found out what the point of this is. We found out it's because they want to use this token to level the playing field. That's the sort of economic ideology that's out there right now. And it's come to a head over the past 70 years. Since the 1930s, they've been teaching Keynesian, they've been teaching socialist policies, and we're continuing to gravitate towards those things more and more and more. The sad part is people find out too late. And this isn't like, I'm not bashing it. This is just straight fact. Find me, you know, a graduating class in an Ivy League school that believes in free market capitalism. A majority of them. You won't find that. Rags, you don't know. You barely graduated high school. Exactly. So don't listen to me. Hit 8,800 bucks. Nice. Long. Okay. So Swiss Aussie said did you just long it? Did you just long it? Hey, Rags, watching you on YouTube and in the Grove in the metaverse. Dear God Almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to call my mom. Mom, I made it. They're watching me in the metaverse, mama. I made it, mama. All right. Swiss long positions. 1,293. Oh, okay. So people are betting that the market's going up right now. So here's what's the sad part of this is the first major liquidation event, like massive liquidation event. I'm going to have to report on it, but that's degen stuff. So we got a million worth of long. That's really not that much. It's not going to hurt the chart that much. And then we got $382,000 worth of short positions. Pulsechain validators up and to the right. Absolutely. We need to continue to do that. Guys, if you need to know more about how to be a validator and support Pulsechain, go talk to David Feeder. And if anybody else out there is providing the service, I just don't know about you. So let me know. Communist, utopia, inbound, oof. Yeah, I mean, socialism is JV and then communism is varsity. That's just how it goes. And if you're really special, you get to go to the special school, and that's Stalinism. So that's a lot of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, quick reminder here.
Rags to riches. Do not like, comment, or subscribe. And his name is John C.